Russia had nearly vanished, consumed by war, famine, and foreign armies. But in 1613, a 16-year-old boy named Mikhail Romanov took the crown. He was young, untested, and exactly what Russia needed to survive. The Romanov dynasty began in desperation. Mikhail Romanov wasn't a conqueror or a genius. He was a compromise, a name everyone could agree on. And in a land bleeding from its own chaos, stability was the first step to recovery. The early Romanovs rebuilt slowly. Trade returned. Order returned. But it wasn't until the late 1600s that a ruler emerged who would change Russia forever. Peter the Great. Over 6'8", explosive in energy, brutal in discipline, Peter was obsessed with modernization. He traveled across Europe in disguise, studied shipbuilding, and brought back new ideas by force. He shaved the beards of nobles, built a navy from scratch, and turned a swamp into a new capital, St. Petersburg, Russia's window to the West. But modernization came at a cost. Peter crushed revolts with terrifying violence. He forced reforms, taxed heavily, and demanded absolute obedience. By the time he died in 1725, Russia had become an empire, armed, industrializing, and feared. Then came Catherine the Great, a German-born empress who seized power in a coup and ruled with intelligence and ambition. She expanded Russia south into the Black Sea, pushed west into Poland, and opened the empire to Enlightenment thought. Under her reign, Russia became a cultural powerhouse, admired in Europe, envied by enemies. But for all its power, Russia remained divided. Serfs, peasants tied to the land, lived in medieval conditions while the nobility bathed in luxury. By 1801, the empire stretched across continents, but behind the palaces and power, discontent simmered. The Romanovs had built a mighty empire, but its foundations were cracking. And as Europe marched into revolution and war, Russia's greatest test and greatest transformation was still to come. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey through history fascinating, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the past is just the beginning. The next story is already in motion.